All right, day 16 on Solstice, and it was a heck of a night the night before, and had some emergency problems that I needed to address. It all worked out, but what happened was, what I determined was the batteries, I have lithium ion batteries, they were not holding a charge. And so as soon as the sun went down and the solar panels were not generating power for us, the batteries were going down to first 13, then 12, and then dipping into the 11s. That's really bad for electronics. We tend to cut out or misbehave when the voltage gets too low. And then I remembered something that's absolutely profound. Michelle gave me this glass. Look what it says. Crying isn't going to help. So she found this at a thrift store in Kauai, and I thought about this, had a sip of water out of it, I got to work. Of course, in a very sleep-deprived state, you're not making really good decisions, so I turned to something I haven't done before because I'm kind of old school, right? I use ChatGPT and Copilot AI, and we diagnosed this thing. I gave them all the symptoms that were occurring and talked to the person, the AI person, and we troubleshot this thing and determined that it was either one of two things. Number one, the battery cells were shot based on high use and abuse for the first few days of the voyage. Or secondly, the BMS system, the battery maintenance system, was alarmed at something, and it was basically protecting the batteries. So with those two potential outcomes, if the batteries were shot, there's really nothing I can do except just disengage all the electronics and sail her home without any electricity. Or if the BMS system needs to be reset, rebooted, that was worth a try, so that's what we did. Here's my two voltage monitors that I determined the problem. This is all correct now. Lithium battery should be about 13.4 volts on a typical day during a load, and the load currently is 3.8 amps. That's probably from the autopilot. This is where the batteries are located. Obviously, not too easy to get to. Underneath this hatch, which I'm going to show you from the other angle. Here's the other area that I can access the batteries from. Right through in here. And these are the tools that we use. A clamp amp meter and multimeter. Here's the other area that I can access the batteries from. Right through in here. And these are the tools that we use. A clamp amp meter and multimeter. Okay, so performing the BMS, which is the battery maintenance system reset, what I had to do was disconnect one of the terminals completely and allow the BMS, which is internal to the battery, to reset itself. But unfortunately, what happens is, by doing that, I have to turn off all the electronics, which includes auto helm. And to get down here to do that while I'm sailing single-handedly is a bit of a problem. Oh, on a side note, to make you laugh, I laughed at this one. While I was reflecting on things in the morning after all this was going on, I noticed a tanker go by, 3 miles away, no big deal. And then I just thought nothing of it until all of a sudden the boat jumped up in the air and slammed down hard, and a giant wave came through over the top of the boat into that hatch and soaked my bunk. Now, if anybody you know me, and you know that I'm very OCD, and anything that's sticky or wet that's not supposed to be sticky or wet, drives me crazy. That was the kind of day it was. Oh well, can only get better from here. Cheers. And here's my position, and there's only 365 miles to go. So ETA is going to be sometime on Thursday afternoon. And besides, it's August 5th, kind of a special day. My dad's birthday, and I miss him, but he's here with me. And come on, no more problems, right? I want to get this girl home, and myself too.